right, let's just pass this matter so we can, and Mr. Rodriguez, if you're out there, please speak up.
Oh, here we go.
All right,
I'm able to. Can you hear me?
yes, we can hear you. All right, we'll call the matter Appeal versus David Rodriguez. And this matter is on for an arraignment. And do we have a copy of the misdemeanor complaint?
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez, I have a copy of a misdemeanor complaint that's been filed against you in FCR 352179. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. If you can't afford one, I'll appoint one to represent you at no cost. Would you like me to appoint an attorney to represent you?
Well, Your Honor, I just wanted to make sure everything here today is on the record, as I believe
It's on,
it's on the
it's
record.
on the record,
Okay. It's a
Mr.
court of
Mr.
record.
Rodriguez.
Okay, yeah. So out of necessity, I answer to that name, David Rodriguez. But in doing so, I reserve my rights and waive all benefits and privileges. And I'm only here under duress and threat to menace. And
Okay,
I
Mr.
do
Rodriguez,
not.
Mr. Rodriguez, sir, would you like me to appoint an attorney to represent you?
Sir, with all due respect, I do not consent to these proceedings, and I do not consent to doing business with the prosecutor or the petitioner. And I believe I've done no harm. Is there any other business before the court?
Well, I need to have you, I'm going to indicate to you that I have a misdemeanor complaint where it's charged you in count 2 with a violation of Penal Code Section 148A1 occurring on or about April 22nd, 2020. And in count 3, actually that's count 2, and count 3, a violation of Penal Code Section 148A1 occurring on about the same date, April 22nd, 2020. That's Officer Ujua. That's in count 3, and in count 2, it's Officer Stevens. And what I can do is I'll put this matter over for a pretrial conference to June 18th, 2021 at 9:30 a.m. in Department 17.
Objection.
And you are ordered to be there at that time and date. You were previously released on your own recognizance. I'll continue your release on your own recognizance. However, you must appear, or you can appear by Zoom on June 18th, 2021. And that'll be the order.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, will that be pre-trial since he's not?
Yeah, objection.
Yes, be a pretrial.
I do not consent, Your Honor.
Okay, your objection is overruled.
Your Honor, just for my own clarity, the Public Defender's Office is not appointed at this time?
No, it's not appointed.
Got it.
And can we just address the threat and violence, which I'm here for today, Your Honor? I mean, I'm only here because this court has threatened me.
I'm not threatening you, Mr. Rodriguez. I'm putting the matter over for a pretrial conference. I did only simply advised you of the nature of the charges pending against you.
And, well, what if I didn't show up today?
Pardon me?
What would happen to me if I didn't show up today?
Then a warrant would issue for your arrest.
And then would they throw me in a cage and lock me up and chain me up?
Well, I don't know if that's what they do to you, but they would try and get you back to court.
Well, isn't that violent, sir?
Well, it may be violence if you're not abiding by a court's order. So you need to be here on June 18th at 9:30 in Department 17.
Sir,
You understand that, Mr. Rodriguez?
I have a firm good faith reliance that all officers of this court have executed sworn oaths of office to support state and federal constitutions and to uphold the law. Officers of this court are required to report criminal activity as soon as they become aware of it. I have been a victim in this matter since it was initiated and perpetuated on me on April 22nd, 2020 from the officers. This is through blatant fraud and violations of due process.
You may have a valid defense to these charges. However, we're not trying your case today. And so I'm putting it over to June 18th, and I'm ordering you to be present at that time. You understand, sir?
I make a motion to dismiss based on lack of jurisdiction, Your Honor.
The motion is denied, and I'm putting the matter over to June 18th.
Your Honor.
Objection.
Just a second. Yes, Mr. Miller?
Are we going to proceed with the Ferretto waiver stage, Your Honor, with this, or are we going to carry that over into the next court date?
I'm going to put it over the next court date. I'm advising merely his right to be, he has a right to be represented by an attorney. It doesn't appear to me Mr. Rodriguez wishes to be represented by counsel. Is that true, Mr. Rodriguez?
No, I'm here to address the matter today, sir, and just to address that I'm here under threats of violence and coercion and that there was no consent to deal with this court. I've been the victim, and I'm requesting that the case be dismissed because nobody in this court possesses legal standing or personal knowledge and have perpetuated fraud to lower my status from man to a respondent, in essence a ward of the state of California. And to date, Mary Nguyen nor this court have been able to provide any evidence having personal or subject matter jurisdiction to be even involved in this alleged matter. And so I just make a motion to dismiss because I'm not able to proceed without consent and without jurisdiction.
Your Honor, can we just make sure that defendant is entering a time waiver at this time?
He's not been arraigned.
Mr. Rodriguez, I'm putting your motion to dismiss is denied. I'm putting the matter over to June 18th at 9:30 in Department 17. You're ordered to appear at that time and date. Do you understand?
Sir, the alleged...
That's not my question, Mr. Rodriguez. Do you understand?
There's no evidence of the
Mr.
principal grant of
Rodriguez,
agency.
Mr. Rodriguez, please answer my question. I'm asking you whether you understand that, and if you don't, I'm telling you to be here on June 18th at 9:30, and that's the
Sir,
order.
Sir, I've been the victim here. And
Mr. Rodriguez,
there's no
this
injured party. There's no
conversation
injured man
is
at all.
being terminated.
They kicked me out.
They kicked you out.